Welcome back, travel fans. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. I'm right here on Miami Beach in the Marseille Hotel, and if you're wondering what's all that loudness in the background, it's because Collins Avenue is right below this window, and it's loud. This is a storytime video about losing my bags, and it happened to me when I arrived here in Miami on this trip. I flew to Miami from Hamburg, Germany with the transfer in Newark, which is in New Jersey, and when you transfer in Newark on an international flight, you go through customs in Newark. And for anybody who's never done this process before, what happens is, first of all, you go through passport control and you have to fill out a form which lists if you're bringing any like commercial goods into the country, or if you bringing anything that needs to be sort of like inspected, like meat or fish or things like that. There's certain things you're not supposed to bring. And you do that before you get on your next flight. So in order to do that, you have to pick up your suitcases, go through this inspection area, and then you give them back to the baggage handlers in that area, and they send them back on their way to your next flight. So that happened to me in Newark, and I noticed that my luggage tag had been broken off, my Mickey Mouse Disneyland luggage tag. But I didn't really think anything of it, and the print-out luggage tag from the airline was still on it, so I thought, it'll be fine, I'll send it on its way. And I did that and went on to my next flight from Newark to Miami. I got to Miami, was really excited because my mom landed a couple hours before me. She was already at the hotel, and I was just like, sorry, something weird is happening with the light here. And I was just like, oh, okay, I want to get my bag and get to the hotel as soon as possible to see my mom. And I wasn't really paying attention when I got off the plane about what carousel to go to. So I followed the signs to baggage claim, and there was one of those big displays with all the flights listed, and I was like, okay, I just came from Newark, flight from Newark, there's flight from Newark, carousel 24, good. Went down the escalator, took a left, and I was in the area where it was like carousel 5, and so I had to walk this huge long way down to carousel 24. I can't really describe how far it was, but it took me like 15 minutes to walk that way. And I got to carousel 24, and there were bags coming out, and there were other people waiting there, and I was like, okay, just waiting for my bag. And the people were taking their bags, and it was less and less people and less bags, and then all of a sudden there were no more bags coming. All the bags were gone, all the people were gone, and the conveyor belt stopped. And I was like, well, beep. And I realized that my bag didn't make the transfer. And I kind of got a little bit panicky because, as you may know, I'm leaving on the Harmony of the Seas. Well, it's tomorrow now, but when I landed it was 3 days, and I thought, if they don't find my bag in the next 3 days, this is going to be a problem. Do you hear that traffic? It's like that all night. That's what it's like to stay on Miami Beach, just as a little FYI. So I turned around and went looking for the baggage claim counter, and I found one from American Airlines. Even though I was flying on United, I thought, okay, well, I'll ask them where I need to go to ask about my bag for United. So went to the counter, told them, hi, I just got off this flight from Newark, and my bag didn't show up, and I was flying on United, so where do I go? Where's the United counter? And the guy was like, well, were you just waiting right here at this baggage claim? And he pointed to the one which was like literally just across the walkway. And I said, yeah, the flight from Newark. And he said, well, this is all American Airlines flights. Let me see your boarding pass. And I pulled it out, and he's like, well, yeah, your bag's not going to be here because this was a flight from American Airlines and you were on United. And United's baggage claim, that's one of the really low numbers, like number 5. And then I was like, oh my So what happened was I was literally just waiting at the wrong carousel. There was a flight from Newark on American Airlines, and I got confused. I looked at the wrong flight. So I had hope in my heart, and I walked all the way back, all the way down, and I think it turned out to be carousel number 3. And there was my bag sitting there literally all alone. It was like stood up next to the carousel. It was a desolate area. There were no people. And I was like, hallelujah. So I didn't lose my bag. I hope you don't think this was clickbait, but there was a moment where I was sure that it was gone. So that's my story time. I have actually lost a bag before, and it was when I flew to Paris on Air France. And I'm gonna do another story time about that because I ended up getting clothes. Air France bought me clothes, and I still have some of them. So maybe I'll do like a story time / fashion show. If you want to see that video, write it in the comments below. The secret word is Collins for this video, so if you know what to do, then do that. And like I said, it's Friday, and tomorrow I'm going to be getting on the Harmony of the Seas, the biggest cruise ship in the world. I can't do the effects here because I'm doing this all in one take on my handy, but you know, or my cell phone for Americans. You know what that should be. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. If you have subscribed to my channel, go to the bottom of this video on YouTube and look where subscribe is and click on the little bell, because that'll help get my videos pushed into your feed. And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm going to be doing lots of tweeting and Facebooking and Instagramming of this trip on the Harmony of the Seas and the places we're going. So I would love for you to follow me there, and I usually follow most people back, so go for it. I'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.